How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Demon Hunter 2005.
Cast out from above, he walks among us.
Still saying we cannot trust the demon spawn.
Here to see Cardinal White. Cardinal's in a meeting.
Move.
Show a little respect for the dead.
Why should I? I don't seem to show any for me.
So this movie stars Sean Patrick Flanery from the Boondock Saints and Billy Drago from The Hills Have Eyes remake. The plot for this movie is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of like Blade because our main character is named Jacob, and he is a half human, half demon hybrid that hunts his own kind demons. That's why they call him the Demon Hunter. So when the church fails to do exorcisms, they send him in to pretty much kill the person that is possessed so their souls can be released. So there's that story. That's that main story. He just hunts down possessed people, pretty much killing innocent people in a way, and killing demons at the same time, like actual demons. He has to stop another god or a prince of darkness named Asmodeus. Asmodeus is pretty much the ruler of lust. He has a plan to impregnate prostitutes in this movie, or just any girl that's into lust, pretty much. So he's just impregnating women or seducing women and influencing them with his evil. And of course, some of them, or most of them, do get possessed by that same evil, by other demons. So it's up to this demon hunter Jacob and I guess his sidekick, which is a nun, to stop his tyranny of evil. Of course, one of the other rulers that's by Asmodeus' side is a succubus, and the succubus is trying to persuade Jacob to join them because it's like one of those cliche, like, why are you hunting us down? You're our own kind. Join us. That type of thing. But that's pretty much the plot in a nutshell.
For me.
There's no salvation for the damned Jacob.
I know that. Well, what sort of a creature is he?
A half.
Battling the darkest forces. We're talking about people here who bathe themselves in the blood of children.
This movie is so short. It's like 70 minutes, like an hour and 10 minutes. There's really nothing much going on in this movie. Yeah, okay, so what did I think of this movie? This movie sucks, honestly. It does suck. There are some scenes that are hilariously bad. There are some scenes that are pretty interesting. I'm like, oh, that would have been a cool idea. Oh, that looks cool. It just could have been executed in a better, like, it could have been executed, like, better, and especially in a better way. I'm like, there's some neat ideas in this movie. There's some cool visuals. I guess sometimes there's some scenes that are like have bad special effects. There's other scenes where I'm like, oh, okay, that was pretty cool, but I don't know. It had promise. Some scenes were like pretty interesting, and some scenes just fall flat to the point where it's just boring, in my opinion. But yeah, this movie could have been so much cooler, unique, original. But the execution for this story or for this movie was just bad, in my opinion. I always give like bad horror movies the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes I try to give it a chance. Sometimes I do enjoy some bad horror movies. Sometimes I think it's good or underrated. But this movie, I tried so hard to like it. Don't get me wrong, like once I watched the opening sequence was pretty much like the exorcism sequence, and pretty much Jacob barges in and fights this possessed woman. And it's like pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. Like that's one kick-ass way to start your movie. So it started off promising, and then some of the characters were pretty interesting, especially Asmodeus and the succubus. The succubus, though, she was pretty hot in this movie. But the point is, this movie wasn't really good. I just have nothing else to say.
Quit fighting your own nature and assume your rightful place in this world.
Half demon,
I'm nothing like you. Really?
half crazy.
Get off the bike.
Out of your mind?
In a fight between man and the underworld.
Like, the story itself, what I just said, like, yeah, it could have been executed better, but I don't know, like, the story, it just could have been so much better. You can tell it was just half-ass written. It was just, the plot wasn't really that good. Some things didn't make sense in this movie, like, at all. And then the acting, some of the acting's good, and some of the acting is not good in a couple of scenes. And some of the characters are interesting, and some of the characters are just one-dimensional, like, flat, boring-ass characters that can't really act, in my opinion. So this movie, once I watched the trailer, it looked pretty cool. It looked pretty interesting. It did look promising, but once you watch it, you're like, this movie's really not good. Like, honestly, you can tell this movie was made for the Sci-Fi Channel. I think it did air in the Sci-Fi Channel way back when it came out, but I'm not too sure on that. But yeah, this movie is just disappointing. Really not that good. It could have been more horrific. It could have been more bloodier. It could have been more action. This movie could have been like at least an hour and a half, like 20 more minutes into this movie, but executed better. I think it would have been a better movie, but unfortunately it isn't. It's not. I was highly disappointed watching this movie. If I had to give this movie out of 10, honestly, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's entertaining. Some parts are. Some scenes are pretty like out there, but overall, this movie is just not really good, and I see why it was only 70 minutes. So that was my quick review of Demon Hunter in 2005. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You're a soulless bastard, you know that?
A lot better than you think I did.
Demon Hunter.
How I know it.
Demon Hunter. From acclaimed producer Stephen J. Campbell.